It's Ron Reader Digs the Universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe. And tonight, COVID masking in Texas. I'm still wearing my mask at work, shopping, out and about on the town, enclosed spaces. Not that many of us left here in Texas. We had an AC outage at work on Sunday, so I took my mask off for this one time only. It was really hot, especially the closer that you got to the kitchen, and there weren't many customers because, the air conditioning was out, so I decided to take the risk. And doing so, it's a little weird. You wear your mask at work all the time, you take it off, it's a little weird, and it provided the impetus for me to reflect a bit on the concept of masking at this point in the pandemic, especially here in my home state. Remember, we wear masks because any one of us at any moment might be infected and contagious, whether we realize it or not, whether we're vaccinated or not. The masks then are all about keeping us from breathing COVID germs on each other. While there is some individual personal protection provided by surgical masks, it's nothing compared to everyone having their noses and mouths covered. So masks are about hindering transmission, not the reception, right? At the moment, we are, as a nation, in, an acceptable place with COVID. That is, medical infrastructure is not being overwhelmed. The emergency rooms are below capacity, but that could very easily and probably will very easily change with the expected COVID wave this summer. Down here in Texas, though, it seems like nobody cares. There are still a few people I see wearing masks, but not many. And at that, I think for most of them, it's about personal protection rather than civic responsibility. So the group protection that universal masking provides is non-existent in the Lone Star State. Everybody is potentially breathing COVID on everybody. We are not ready for this summer. So, given this reality, given that, the group protection ain't happening, ain't gonna happen, given that I'm vaccinated and, if I catch COVID, it's gonna be a far less ordeal, I won't go to the hospital most likely, so why am I even bothering to wear a mask still? I guess one might cynically dismiss what I'm doing as virtue signaling, although, come on, that's not likely in a state where nobody thinks it's a virtue. So no, it's not that. Rather, I am trying to provide an example of good civic responsibility and a reminder that everyone is fucking this up. That and enraging conservatives, which is always the right thing to do. Of course, no one seems to give a fuck one way or another here in Texas, and that's a big drag because people will die over the next few months and nobody cares. I blame this on conservatives. I get that people are sick of masking just generally, but conservatives hated it from the very beginning, thought it was a liberal plot or something to feminize them. Which conservatives particularly loathe being feminized, of course, because they're all such manly men. Conservatives have a lot of cultural influences in places where they are concentrated, like Texas. Big trucks, guns, faux independent attitudes, that's all big stuff here, regardless of your politics. But make no mistake, big trucks, guns, faux independent attitudes, they all come from conservatives, and they seep into the mainstream culture just like the hyper-masculine anti-mask shit. Conservatives did this. They made Texans far less likely to wear masks. They did this because they don't want liberals making them look gay, and it's killed already tens of thousands here in Texas. Conservatives, in their homophobia or whatever, yeah, they are the biggest pussies in the history of humanity. Big, strong, brave Texas conservatives, all a bunch of sniveling bottom feeders, can't wear a mask to save lives because they're a bunch of pussy ass bitches. Fuck them all. I'm Ron Reeder, and this has been Ron Reeder Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reeder, again next week for another episode of Ron Reeder Digs the Universe.